And that will give us all the mana that we need. Oh, it's getting scary. It's getting so scary. The damage is starting to stack, but I think we can get there. I think we can get there. But you can see that whenever you don't hit a single 2 or 3 drop, even on the play, it's scary. It's scary stuff, man. Honestly, Kaya is a really nice play here. They probably cannot go for this. And we can sweep on the next turn, which is really nice. Yeah, I think this is a good play. Because if we go for removal, there is a chance of Veil. And it really feels like a Veil. And then you are wasting the whole turn. With Kaya into Sweeper, they cannot make this play. And when you are left with empty board with Planeswalkers, like you probably know what is going on. And they have this one. Let's check priority. That's super important. They will probably attack. We will block. Unless I want to Auracite into -2. But I cannot -2 anyway then. Let's check the priority. They have something, right? Yeah, they didn't go into end step. They have Veil. So if not this play, I think we could lose the game because they would kill us in 1 turn. But against Deadly Cover-Up, they cannot Veil. There is a different card that is very rarely played that could protect them, but nearly nobody plays it, especially not in the normal builds. So, you know, we'll take it. And this is how you get ahead. They had the Veil, they had protection, and we played around it completely. Alright, that's a lot of counters. So I need to not forget that they have it. I tend to say that, hey, they have a card, and after 1 turn I get like a hard reset, and I'm starting to talk about something else, and then I like, oh, they have the card that I said that they have. What a surprise. Oh, this is nice. You know what? This is dirty, and it's also a 1-drop, so we will get the token. Oh boy, now they have to cast it, unless they have multiples, then they probably don't want to cast it anyway. See? That was here the whole time, and you know what? We can even ignore it on this turn. I want to make sure that they have no more. Bushwhack, sure, I'll take it. They have no trample. They cannot do anything, and we can even kill it at the upkeep because we know exactly what they have in the hand, and the hexproof is until end of turn. So just to send the message, swing face. Word 1. I knew about it. I knew about it super hard. So let's kill it before, you know, it grows. And we pay the word because everything is perfectly calculated. Bro, I think we played this game pretty nicely. We went exactly around everything they had planned for the whole game. They have 1 random card and they probably cannot beat Elspeth. Doubling every single... They will explode in a second, man. When they see how much stuff we have. Like at this point, even Hydra isn't like the biggest deal. And we also know they have no protection spells. So yeah, they will probably plot Slickshot, I would guess. That's usually what they do. Bolt Wave. Okay. Do you have more? It hurts like crazy, but it's still a card. Percussion. You know what? They really ask for it, don't they? Alright. We'll invest 2 life into making the life a little bit rougher. Wow. You could see the control side taking over. I wanted the value. I wanted the cards, and I'm like, oh no, I'm dead if I play it. Maybe let's not do it. Alright guys, Starcage, the first stage is done. They have another. Hopefully they don't have double 1-drop, which is probably their best play. Do they get haste? No, burst lightning is fine. They want to keep stacking the, you know, the speed. So that's fair. We could try to hit something or just get lost them. One of the two. If we Soul Search, we also trigger the talent, which is really nice synergy. But I think, like, we want life gain until we hit Ugin. And we got mana screwed. Spoiler alert. So I think we go a little bit more safely, you know? I don't love this play, but I really want to prevent this maximum speed. Like, let's at least get them to work for it. That's fine. They actually wasted all of this damage. They will have a 2-2, but it cannot attack on this turn. So it was still a nice play. They might have hit some good creatures, so we need to be aware of it. And the map, of course, hurts a little bit. Plasma Ball, probably not what they want, so the top card is still random. Land, alright, now we are talking. So we could kill this, and Sorcerer. I think we have to make this play. Do we have time to talent? I don't think we do, man. I don't think we... And we are not guaranteed to hit a 1-drop as well. Alright, so they want... We can kill this. Hellkite is so much damage, man. And we need to kill this. We could just hope that they cannot hit a creature in one turn. With this we are getting the token, which is really nice. But if they play the Hellkite, they kill the token anyway. You know what? I think it's the Hellkite. This card is a bit of a... moment. We need to kill it now, right? Okay. This card is a little bit of like a trap, because it's better version than the other discards, if you know how to use it. Because if you get baited too hard into this token, you can it can actually hurt you super much. So guys, don't be greedy for a 1/1. Just play it when it makes sense. As you can see, I was struggling with it myself. We are setting up. On the next turn we can go for a Lily. This is a lot of damage and I didn't want to see this card, but at least they cannot use the map tokens, they cannot pump it because they have exactly the mana. Okay. Do I want to level? Nope. We want to go Lily. And of course removal. This is not an outlaw, let's see what they will have. Alright. Guys, this is really close. We are getting there. I think we go Liliana right now, because then we draw cards and probably we can Ugin on the next turn. They might try to burn us, which is scary. They don't have much time. We will probably stabilize in like one turn. Burst Lightning, alright. Here is our card. Guys, I want to beat Mono. Alright, this is their last turn. If they whiff here, we win. We win. Finally, mono-red player that draws a land and scoops. Let's see exactly what we are dealing with. And hopefully we can discard a 1-drop and get a token. Oh, well, no 1-drops, that's for sure. Can we get rid of every single... No. We actually go for... I know, guys. This is legendary, so it's not like they will play 3 of them. But I think that our game plan is literally going through every single one of them. And Tifa has actually one upside. Because they can play both Bristy Bill and Tifa. And basically we can force a sweeper that will go 2 for 1. If we remove Bristy Bill, our sweepers are removal basically. Can I survive one turn? They have double. We can actually count. So they play Bristy Bill, then they can play a land and sacrifice it, right? So they go 3, 6, 12. That's great. Oh my god. But for this play they need to use Bristy Bill. And then we will continue killing creatures every single turn until every Tifa will die. This will be really close, man. This will be so hard. But I think this decision of getting rid of one of the Tifa gives us way more gas in the long term. Because now we go 2 for 1, so we basically kill one extra creature. Alright, so let's see the hit. Will it be more than I counted? No, it's just 10, bro. 10 damage. It's a good investment. You call it damage, I call it investment into winning the game. So we have to go for the Starcage. Of course it's not great to miss a land here. The Auracite will be important, but we have like 2 turns before we need to get a land. So hopefully that will be enough. I hope. We know about the land, but we don't know what those 3 cards are. Oh, very bad draw. Really bad draw. Well, I guess we can copy, but you know what, we don't have tokens, I don't think it's worth it. Alright. There is a weird play, you could make talent and kill one of the talents with Get Lost. Then you make map tokens and you draw extra card, but I hope we don't need to do things like this. But right now Tifa is not very scary. With a normal land it's just a 2-2. Well, that's a little bit different. So I really hope they don't have the Veil, because this might get rough, you know? So we need to give them the triggers. They're not getting any new cards, so right now we need them to not have the Veil. And that will be an easy game, you know? And sure? No, first we double. Let's see if they attack. I want to check the priority. Okay, they don't have anything. Okay, guys, we are fine. I wanted to check for the Veil, basically. They can still use the map tokens, but of course we had to do it in the combat phase, so, you know, we aren't dead after this turn. And we should be pretty fine. The kick, it's probably like fight spell or something, right? Power kicked. Yeah, sure. Interesting kicker, have to say. The kicker is pretty nice. Alright, so now we are good and we are doing clans. Finally. That's good, that's good. Oh boy, I think we go Auracite just to keep the board clear. And we also ramp with extra mana, so that should help a lot. If we draw a Planeswalker in our Planeswalker deck, by the way, we have extra mana here, we should be mighty fine. Because then we can start spamming those creatures forever. So, we'll see. Chocobo. So they can draw a card potentially from the top. Hopefully they won't. But they cannot trigger anything, which is super important. Alright. The draws are not perfect, but they're good enough to keep us alive. And that's what matters. This can go around. Yeah, let's go for this, I think. I know it's a little bit of a weird play, but thanks to this, we can avoid any veils if they drew any. And also it's a sorcerer, so it's kinda hard to use if they have one creature later. I guess nothing has haste, so we probably usually have the time, but just having instants is just, you know, way more flexible. And guys, there is a chance we will actually go for the play I mentioned. The draw is so awkward. We didn't hit a single Planeswalker so far. So we could draw a card here. After this turn, I might make the play. Like, if they are not doing anything on this turn, then we'll probably go for the play. Elves, alright. Nothing scary so far. No way, man. Are we actually doing this play? I think we are, because I can also, like, we can draw more than one card, and we have no other targets. If I kill the elves, our opponent is getting the, the map tokens. Oh man, if they go for the veil, I will laugh so hard. They didn't realize we are targeting our own stuff. They wasted a card, because this play is so weird, nobody expects it. See? Instantly the payout, and now this is actually better, because we can see, I know my draws, I will never do anything. Let's make a copy of this, which creates a token, which gives us another card. So we are digging through the library as much as possible so we can draw those juicy lands. We got back what we invested, and we got 2 bad draws out of the top of the library. Let's see if they man, this is a rough one. If they didn't play anything, that means they cannot make the play. So that's important. If we target this now, they can get the map tokens and try to scry something so they can get extra cards. That's why we'll probably wait until the end step. I think we have to kill this. Like, it's too important. Bro, the draw is rough, but we are getting there. Every turn we are closer to getting a single Planeswalker that will completely close the game. And we have plenty of those. You know what? Not a Planeswalker, but kinda that. You know what? Is that sorcery? We get the token. Okay, I think this is the play. Stop. Oh my god, I cannot get rid of it. Alright, it's gone. So if they attack right now, they will probably use the map tokens. But then we can either kill the creature. I honestly think, guys, that we can make it. Like, we have all the weird plays, but they actually give us cards. So we can sacrifice the Starcage, or exile it, I believe. And then we get the free stuff. Tifa. Okay. Alright, the play that we probably will have to respect at some point, but probably not now. Okay, we can do it now. They didn't even go for the map. Alright, this is good, this is good. So we exile, we get 2 things And that means that we are drawing cards as well. And we can even pump them, so they are, what, 4/4? So you can see that we are stealing value where there is no value. But it is for us. And we are getting more and more removal, so this is really nice. And we can start using map tokens so we get the right stuff. This is sorcery. So our opponent will use it on Tifa, which is actually the better play. Because it puts the first counter, so doubling works wonders there. Oh boy, we need to fight for this win, but I think we are getting closer. They are running out of gas. Alright, so they got the land. That doesn't matter too much. We still have one token, which is kinda what we need, so we can activate all the tokens. Land from the top. Classic. But that means the next cards will probably not be land from the top. We are getting our Planeswalker, and our opponent should have one turn after this, because we are getting every single land from the top. And yeah, I think we will draw Ashiok first, but we will see. Bro, actually this is the good land. With this we can start getting tons of value. Like, this is already good enough. This is like a Planeswalker basically. But man, we have a lot of those. And here's finally Liliana. So we go for talent or just double removal? Honestly, I will go like this. And we'll see if it goes through. If it goes through, then we probably go for the talent. That means they don't really have much. So let's go for this. And we can actually start swinging already. Next turn is a full sweep if we want, because we will have Liliana. So I think we are at the stage that we are closing the game. And we'll beat the top green deck of Standard. With really, really awkward draws, I have to say. If not this talent play, we would need like 2 more turns to make the same thing. And now we can start with Liliana, and you will see instantly the difference, because those zombies will be a 4/4, we'll draw card every single turn forever, and we can even use Fountainport with double Sunken Citadel, so we are getting cards on our opponent turn. So at this point, we stopped whiffing forever, and our opponent is basically on... Like, I think that's the last turn for them, and I don't think they have any draws that can get them back into the game. Especially that we're doing more cards with this Fountainport. We can even make a fish that will be a 3/3, and you know that when the fish enters, the game is over. Yep, we have 7 life, we can spare 1 of it for the fish of doom, and that makes everyone scoop every time. We of course draw cards, and you can see that once we are starting to hit those cards, there's no stopping us. And now we can use Kaya as well. This will be a 3/3. So yeah, our opponent is basically at the last turn. We already have the Leafa, right? This card probably cannot prevent it. I've seen that they have this card that creates Pilot. So there is a chance they can block a 5/5 and take 7 damage and get 1 more turn with no creatures because it will die. So I think this is the last one. Liliana, go. And you can see, this could happen 5 turns ago. But it's happening now, and it's still as deadly. And when the fish swings, you know what happens. You know what happens. Look at those bloodthirsty eyes. I think they have nothing, and they're dead. So let's enjoy our first victory and go further and see if we can beat the other meta decks. Alright, our opponent's trying to fish for some value with Simic, and I was just on the rant about how I like Simic. Like, I have to say, this is the archetype we don't really play too much, but it's one of my favorites. I want to play some ramp version. So right now we can just go for Shoot the Sheriff. It's turn 2. This is an outlaw, so it doesn't trigger the priority. But with Starcage we have some good options. Sanctuary is so annoying for Shoot the Sheriff because it's all types. Like, it's the super villain basically. Well, if I didn't have Starcage, I would probably lose the game right now. So guys, that's why we have this card in the deck. Man, if you target anything, like you kill 1 creature that is 2/1 and you generate +2/+2 on the rest of the creatures. So that's not great. Our opponent isn't sure if they're attacking or not attacking. Like, it's a hard choice. Sometimes in an aggro deck you just, you know, chill, basically. Alright, jokes aside, of course, we have to sweep or we are dead. Fortunately, we also have Deadly Cover-Up, because having 0 sweepers in this type of deck is very scary. Like, they have Offspring stuff that kind of forces you to go, like, 2-4-1, but not in a good way. Here's Sentinel, a very good target for us. Alright, I think we are getting into the good stuff right now. Do we want... I'm not sure what exactly they have, to be honest. You know what, I will just kill it, because this card, if it survives, it takes over the game. Even though I have a sweeper potentially, I just want to, have chill board, we play Fountainport, maybe we can make a treasure so Ugin is 1 turn faster. That's the idea. If we can set up Ugin, survive 1 turn and Deadly Cover-Up, that will be a sweep. Alright, so they're playing this version. This is kinda fine, because that taps all the colored mana that they have right now. They can use the map token. Hopefully they won't get a land, please. They got a land, please. Alright, alright. That's a little bit worse, of course, but we can manage. And we already have our Ashiok. Alright, that's huge. Definitely Fountainport. So we could go into Ugin, but I think Ashiok is just better. This one has flying, 6/6. I'm not sure if they can go up to 6 lands. Depends if they run ramp spells or not. I hope they cannot. So we are going for the card and trying to cheat some value here. Okay, man, if Ashiok survives this turn, we are completely set. They can activate Sanctuary, I guess. Alright, this is massive. This is a tap land. And this is one of the most important turns of the whole game. Okay. So they will hit face. Oh. Well, in that case, they should not play Curiosity. You play this main phase so you can draw a card, but you need to deal combat damage to a player, not a Planeswalker. So that's a pretty massive difference. We kinda want to exile it, but I'm not sure how we can discard a card. I guess we just sweep with Day of Judgment. The good old way. And later we get Ugin to get rid of it. Do we make tokens? No, we get more cards. Which means we can draw first. This took a moment, but this is the optimal way. Oh man, those cards are both bombs. I will get Kaya because I like Kaya more, But this was a really hard choice. Both of the cards are amazing. So we sweep the board here. They can still draw a card with Sanctuary because this lingers. And thanks to the fact that they tapped main phase, we not only got this creature that should normally enter a dance step, but we also prevented all the counter spells. I'm not sure if they run them, but this feels like a deck that definitely could do it. Alright, I'll take it. It's decent value for them, of course, but we can just replay the Starcage, and nothing has haste here, which is massive. Honestly, they would get more value if they attacked with Sanctuary on the face. They would get at least 1 card. So I'm honestly pretty happy with this. And of course, we got Fish of Doom. So our opponent at this point basically cannot win. Like, the fish is like the game closer. Not Excruciator Jace. Fish is just better at it. Alright, so what can we do? We probably really want to sweep. Maybe they have a counter spell. Maybe that's the play. Oh, that's interesting. So we have ways to play this. I think we start with Starcage. And then we see what happens. Because there is a chance they have more. I mean, they made this play, so they must have a plan for it. Maybe they have another Into the Flood Maw and they bounce it at the end step, so they can get one single huge attack. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. I think we'll go for creatures on this turn. Because it feels fishy, It feels really fishy. I think they might have Into the Flood Maw and those creatures will attack. We could also make another Kaya, which is perfect for the next turn. Let's go. With 3 creatures, we should be able to stop the bleeding a little bit. If they counter this, they probably cannot make the play they wanted. I hope. So let's make a token. Now we have 3 different creatures and they need to go through them. And don't forget, we can basically make, between 1 and 2 creatures every turn in the next turns. Not on the next one because we need to plus. Told you. They had it, but they changed the plan. They went for Ashiok, which honestly I don't think it's a good play. Because now we have the board that they cannot contest. They must have something more. This play alone doesn't win the game. They actually lose on board here. So they must have another Into the Floodmaw or some combat trick or something. Or maybe they just lose the game. Told you, fish. Alright, the bat action is already starting. They will probably take Soul Search. That's my guess. But that means we can shoot the Sheriff the next creature. Not exactly sure if we are playing against Dimir midrange. It looks a little bit weird, but I think that's what it is. So they can... Oh, they are going for this play. That's an interesting one. So I think we go for the land and just Soul Search. We can try to at least get rid of the annoying plays. I think it's Slasher. They can go bad, but nothing really here makes a big difference. Yeah, we just go with Slasher. This is probably one of the best solutions. Like, just destroy it before it even enters. So they can, you know, mess with our hand, but they cannot take lands, and we can keep making progress. And we have so many 4 and 5 drops that one of them at least should go through. Into the Floodmaw doesn't... As you can see, they are not doing much here. But we still need to draw. We could go for black for... Yeah, let's go black. Maybe I should go white for Day of Judgment. Because I wanted to go for either Ashiok or Deadly Cover-Up, because those are two different cards with the same cost, so they can remove only one of them. Basically we need to draw lands, and I'll be honest, this is a really good draw. Really good draw. So we can make this, create a Spirit token. They actually cannot prevent it. They can bounce it, so after we do something, this will get bounced. However, we have one activation, and that should be enough. Even if they go for the token, that means they're not going for Kaya. Wow, they actually didn't bounce anything. We made the situation so rough for them that I guess they didn't want to do it. Well guys, let's talk about the deck. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and like, especially that we have a pretty wild build for the next days. You will probably know when you see it. I'm still testing, so we will see, but it should be pretty wild, so you don't want to miss this one out. And about the Orzhov, we actually did very nicely with this. We went 6 wins, 3 losses. You know, those stats do not matter too much in small sample, but I'll take it. I'm really happy every time I can, you know, just win some meta decks with Orzhov Planeswalkers. I wish we had some new Planeswalkers in those colors, but, you know, we take what we have, and they are extremely powerful. We play Kaya because that's basically the only 4 mana Planeswalker that we have here. And with Soul Search, you can always mess your opponent just a little bit and create this one blocker, so your Planeswalker can survive one turn, and then you sweep the board and you completely take over the game. And with Ugin, you can answer every type of permanent, which is really important right now. And of course, you have Starcages. You can even go up to 4, because this card is just your basically like save button. You just click it and you are saved from whatever scourge is going on the board in the early game when we are at the weakest. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you to all the patrons that are supporting the channel. It is super appreciated, and I hope you guys are enjoying the channel, you know, with all those daily strategies. We try to keep it fun, fresh, and I know a lot of you enjoy Orzhov Planeswalkers. So this is the archetype we'll revisit from time to time, as long as you guys are enjoying it. And it's always been good to me, so I enjoy it personally. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and see you tomorrow.